Hey everybody, and happy Tuesday. Today is April 28th. This is for Math 2, and today we're going to be talking about the arc length of a circle. So we're going to look first about what arc length is. So I'm going to show you what that looks like. So the arc length is actually part of the circumference of a circle. So you can see I highlighted purple here, this piece. So circumference is all the way around the outside. Arc length is just part of the way around the outside. Not the inside part, it's the outside. Okay, so imagine having a pizza. It's like the crust of the pizza of one slice or two slices or whatever. Okay, so let's look at this example and see how we can find that. So since it's part of the circumference, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to find the circumference of the circle. So remember we learned yesterday circumference is 2 pi r, right? So the radius here is 8. So I'm going to substitute in 2 pi times 8, my circumference. And 2 times 8 is 16, so my circumference is 16 pi. Okay, now that's all the way around the circle, and I don't have all the way around the circle. I want to find out how much of the circle I have. So what I need to do is find out my portion of my circle. I call it my portion. I want to know how much of the circle do I really have. So this piece is 225 degrees out of an entire 360 degrees all the way around. So I have 225 degrees out of 360 degrees. That's my portion. That's how much of my circle I have. So if it was like a fourth of the circle, I could just take a fourth of the circumference. So that's exactly what I'm going to do here to find my arc length. I'm going to do the portion of my circle times my circumference to find out how much I actually have, okay? Now there's lots of things you can do here. You can simplify and then multiply. It's kind of up to you. Or you can multiply across, making this a 1, and then simplify after. That's your choice, okay? So if I do 225 times 16, don't include the pi, and then I can divide it by 360. And you end up getting that the arc length is 10 pi. Don't forget your units. Remember, since this is circumference, that's just distance. So it's just going to be yards. Okay. All right, let's look at one more just to make sure we're okay. Same thing. So I have, again, I want to find this part of the circle right here. So I'm going to start by finding the whole circumference, 2 pi r. So my radius here is 3 inches. So I'm going to do 2 pi times 3. So my whole circumference is 6 pi, all the way around. I don't have all the way around, so I have to find my portion to find out how much of the circle I actually have. So I have 30 degrees out of an entire 360, because the circle is always 360 degrees. Okay. And I'm just going to show you another way of simplifying here. It's up to you if you want to use it. But you could also simplify first and then multiply. So for example, here, 30 goes into 360 12 times. So I could write this as 1/12 if I wanted to. It doesn't matter if you simplify first or at the end. That's your choice. Either way, I need to multiply my circumference times my portion to find my arc length. Okay, so my arc length is my portion. I'm going to use what I already simplified times my circumference. And again, it doesn't matter if you simplify first or later. Okay, so I can make this over 1 and I can multiply straight across, or you can use a calculator. I'm just showing you the simplifying. If I multiply straight across, I get 6 pi over 12. And I happen to know that 6 goes into 6 and 6 also goes into 12. So I could simplify by dividing by 6 on top and bottom, which is a giant 1. So that would give me pi over 2. Okay. Now, if I were to just do it the regular way like this, so 30 over 360 times 6 pi, and I put that in my calculator, I go 30 times 6, 30 times 6, that gives me 180, divided by 360, gives me 0.5. 0.5 is the same as a half. So it doesn't matter which way you do this, okay? That's up to you. Okay, and then just whichever way you do it, that you make sure you put your inches in. So my units are inches, and again, it's just circumference, so it's just inches. Okay, so those are exactly the same answers. I prefer using fractions, but it doesn't really matter. There's my final answer. Okay, so if you guys have any questions, feel free to let me know. Google Classroom, Remind, email, whatever I could do to help. Have a great day, guys.